The skeletal system, focusing on the joints. Joints are any point where two bones meet or articulate. Can change throughout your lifetime. There are 4 types: bony, fibrous, cartilaginous, and synovial. Bony. Bony is 2 bones that have fused together. No movement. Synostosis. The fusion of the first rib to the sternum, right here. Fibrous. Fibrous is when collagen fibers hold the bone together. Very little movement. Synarthrosis. There are 3 kinds: the suture, gymphosis, and syndesmosis, which is fastened like a band. So it's keeping the ulna and the radius together. The suture is in the scalp where the head has now fused together because the head doesn't need to be squishy, and more specifically the skull doesn't need to be squishy to go through the birth canal. And then this is where the tooth and the mandible are together and touch. Cartilaginous joints. Cartilaginous joints hold bones together. There is some movement, and this is called amphithrosis. This is the pubic symphysis. So there's 2 types: the symphysis, which is the pubic symphysis here, and the synchondrosis, which is, again, there's some movement. So between the sternum and the ribs, this happens when you breathe. And then lastly, the synovial joints, connected with a fluid-filled cavity, which is freely movable, which is diarthrosis. There are 6 joints: the ball and socket, the pivot joint, which moves around an axis, the saddle joint, the hinge joint, the plane joint, and the condylar joint. So the ball and socket, most commonly thought about, is in the hip. So you've got the femur, which can go out and back to the body, and then the ball portion is where you can do the circular motions, and again, of course, going away from the body and back to the body. The saddle joint is the thumbs up, and then also rocking back and forth. The condyloid joint is forward and back, and then side to side. The pivot joint is when your wrist is able to just go back and forth. Again, it's around an axis, so kind of like when you're doing a pivot in basketball, but with your arm. The hinge joint is just being able to go out and back. And then the plane joint is with your foot. We're able to rock back and forward, which is good for hiking. It helps to stabilize and keep your balance. Thanks so much for watching.